All, how you doing today? Today's title is All in All. It's Sunday, the first Sunday of the year 2023, and it's been a very productive week for me. It's been great. I've joined the visible coaching again this section, and this time we're doing 90 days, and it's really amazing because every day I'm turning up and showing up as of when I can. There's no slacking, and I'm getting used to how to post on my social medias and things. At least once a day, every day I must turn up. Is very important. But all in all, I'm just going to round up about everything that I talked about today. This week was amazing. I talked about a lot of things, and one of the things that sort of like stick, and I've had people that privately contacted me wanting to know what did I mean by, and I think it's the post I must have posted on a Friday, I'm not sure, where I talked about stop being fake. If I could elaborate, they said got a bit more because it was like a 90-second thing. But basically what I wanted to talk about, but really what it is like your energy, okay? Who you are as a person really is what people see. You can decide to fake it, to be this thing that you're not. And eventually people who aren't fake will somehow just notice you and see you. And again, it starts the whole thing, and they'll realize that because everything you'll be saying, everything you'll be doing will not have that full power, fire, and conviction in it, because you're not convicted yourself in what you're doing, because you created it, you fabricated it just so that you can fit in, maybe, or stuff like that. So really what that message was, be yourself, okay? Stop faking being something that you are not. That's what that message was really focusing on. It was focusing to letting you know the power and the conviction and the higher energy that comes out of a person that's being themselves. Even the hello, it's really powerful. So it's very important to just be yourself. It's very important. So I think that's what that message was. So instead of you sitting there throwing a pity party, crying, people don't like you, people don't want to be around you, 1 minute they like you, 1 minute they don't. Well, actually it's because 1 minute you are this fake person that you've built up, this facade that you've built up, this face that you've created, and the next minute you're somebody else. And that's the thing. That's why people can't really pin you down. Exactly who are you? It does not make sense to them. So this is why it's very important that when you are on your journey and finding yourself, which is a journey, it's not something that you would do on the outside. It's something you do on the inside. It's an internal journey. Once you find you, be you. Don't change who you are. And what you'll find is that the people that's supposed to be around you will find you, because everybody have their own tribe. Not everybody drinks coffee, and not everybody drinks tea. So as long as you have the understanding, you will be okay, and learn to you will start to appreciating everyone. You will love everyone. You will judge less but love more, because you've done the self growth journey, and you've done the self identification journey, because it is an identity. There is an identity behind you, and you need to find what that identity is. And it may not be the same with everybody that's around you, and that's okay, as long as that's your identity. And slowly but slowly people will get adapt to it and know this is. But you have to be consistent with your identity, and you have to be consistent in being you. Everybody else is taken. The only person that's left is you. So you have to be you. And that's what the message was. Stop faking it. Okay? Stop being fake to fit in. It's a really dangerous game, because you may not keep going on with that fakeness. You will falter and drop at some point, and then people will realize, I thought, well, I guess. And I'm not talking about challenges that we all go through life, because we all go through them. Bills that sometimes we miss in payment, because we all do that. Okay, I'm talking about irrespective of those bills, irrespective of those life challenges, who you are is consistent. It does not change because you're going through something that's challenging, and it does not change because you're going through something that's more positive. Whether it's positive or negative circumstances happening in your life, that you remains the same. And that's who I want everybody to get into. When people see Niina Nia Kabesa, I am not just Niina Nia Kabesa because I have overcome whatever it is. I am Niina Nia Kabesa because even when I was going through the darkest moments of my life, no one really knew unless those who were closer to me. And I never changed who I was. I was still the same person. And even as I came out of the coma and I came back into being here, my mindset's changed, but I'm still me. And I think it's because I knew already the real identity was nothing to do with my external, it was everything to do with who I was on the inside. And I think it's my inside, I wrote it in one of my books, that sort of like helped me to come out of that coma quicker than expected. Because we have to understand that we are internal being and not physical being, not external being. We are internal being. So the moment you internalize yourself and you take charge of the city that's inside of you, trust me, anything that happens to you on the physical cannot win. It cannot win. Because a person is not really dead when they drop in the physical. They are dead when the mind and the inside, the spirit is broken. Now my spirit is very high and charged up because I knew who I was. So since it's my spirit that sort of like guides my physical. So my physical can be weak at the moment. It can be. But as long as my spirit is strong, eventually the physical will have to obey and do what the brain is commanding it to do. It's about you. That's the real you. It's the internal, the spirit being you. That's the real you. So focus on that. And don't try to be like Beyonce. There's already a Beyonce. Don't try to be like God knows. There's already a God knows. Be you. Okay? Be you. Even my children, I tell them, don't try to be like me. Because who I am is not these physical things that people see. The physical strength that you see, it's actually an internal strength that's being manifested on the outside. Okay? So I work on my inside. I work inside out. Even on my life coaching, I work people from inside out. I like them to stop being afraid of going inside. Find you, or the negative you, or the positive you, find them and decide which one you want to keep. There's no right or wrong. Whichever one you feel is going to serve you for the moment, for that time, choose it and walk with it. That's life. That really is life. And that's all I had to do for you guys today. So hopefully for the rest of the years, I'm going to come out with more lives such as this and talk to you guys about subject that touched my life. But I just wanted to come in here today for Sunday of 2023 and tell you about that one post that everybody wanted me to talk a bit more about it, about being fake. So really the message behind that is find you. Okay. People wants to know the real you. They don't want to know a second version of Beyonce or second version of an original that already existed. People don't want, copycat. They want the original. So who is you? Who is the real you? That's who I want to know. That's who I want to see. That's who I want to be fascinated by. I don't want you to come and tell me that you're something that I sort of like already know. The original version of it. I want the real original version of you. Just like I give people the real original version of me. I say things how I see it. Good or bad. I say in love, of course. And I don't like stupidities around me. And I believe there's not a stupid person in the world, but people choose to be stupid. And when people choose to be stupid, then I put on my mother's hat. And I speak as a mother. And correct where it needs to be corrected. Guide where it needs to be guided. And give a hug or an ear where it needs to be given a hug or an ear. That's what mothers do. So that's all I have to tell you today. Happy Sunday, everybody. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.